What's up, you guys? I'm here with a new video today. I'm here to talk about the deck that won YCS Bochum this past weekend, and it is World Chalice. It was piloted by Marco Perico. I hope I said your name right. If you guys watched that finals, I actually did. I was actually driving. I'm going to tell you the truth. I was driving, and I was listening to it, and at the red lights and everything, I would look and see, and how he came back. That soul charge was so godly. Like, I couldn't believe it. I was like, I literally was so excited. I just pulled to the side to let the match play out. That's how excited I was when I saw that World Chalice was going to win, and sure enough, he did it. This deck is nuts. I've played against World Chalice before, and I played against it 3 times. I've beaten it once, drew with it once, and actually lost to it once. This deck is not to be underestimated. I think a lot of people in Bochum and just events in general don't really know how to play against this deck. When they go first, they build a crazy board. They have the ability to do the extra link thing, which is absolutely insane. Takes away your whole extra deck. I mean, it's nuts, and I think a lot of people just underestimate the deck. I'm just going to go into his list. The original deck profile, the live deck profile, I'll have down in the description below. It's on a channel called Jolly Roger, I believe. Jolly Roger Gaming. I hope that's right. I will link it down in the description. They did a great deck profile with Marco there. But yeah, we're just going to talk about this because I think it's crazy that out of all the decks that were played at YCS Bochum, this was the deck that took it all. There was almost 2,000 in attendance, which is nuts. It's the biggest European YCS they've had. So really, really cool. And again, you guys have to watch the finals. It was so ridiculous. He came back against Pendulum Magicians, and I know Soul Charge is a godly card, but my god, he really did come back. So we're just gonna get into it. So for the monsters, of course, he ran the Garnet. These are basically the bricks. Well, not really the bricks, but the Garnet and the 2 World Legacy, Beck and the just the vanillas of the deck. Pretty standard. Then, of course, the Shine Balls. Those go with the Venus. Helps you do your link plays. He played 3 Kaiju in the main deck. He played one of the Thunder King, one of the Doggeron, and one of the Gameciel. Gameciel was the MVP. He does play Kyoto Waterfront. I think a lot of people forget that Kaijus actually have effects. And Gameciel is basically a Solemn Judgment by just removing 2 counters. So it's pretty crazy, to tell you guys the truth. That's exactly what he did. He brought the Gameciel out with Sayuja's effect, and I mean, with the Waterfront, he was able to negate. I mean, it's just nuts. Like, honestly, and I've played against this, you guys. I played against it before Skull Dread was out, and it's just nuts. This having counters, basically multiple negates, kind of like how Pendulum puts up a multiple negate board. This deck does the same thing, but honestly, I think they do it better. Onto the World Legacy monsters, he ran 3 copies of World Legacy World Chalice, aka the Dolphin. You guys have to watch the live deck profile because they'd start making like dolphin sounds and everything. It was just great. I actually watched it. I was just really entertained by it. He played 1 Rescue Fair. I think that was a really interesting card because just for its effect, I think a lot of people forget you're able to summon up to a total level equaling 6. And if you guys just read this effect, it's crazy. Yeah, this was like a tech card that he threw in the deck, and he said it was really, really good. So it'll be interesting to see if Rescue Ferret goes up in price. Of course, the 3 Venus, they go with the Shine Ball, probably one of the best cards in the deck. He does play Transmodify, so you are able to just do your stuff and then continue your combos. His hand traps, he played 3 Ash Blossom. Card is still good. Card is good against everything. It's not the best against Pendulum, like I've said before, but it's good against everything else in the meta. So Ash is just really good. But his MVP hand trap was Herald of Orange Light. This card negates Ash, negates Ogre, negates any monster effect. I think it was just really cool that he played this. He used it, I think, to negate a Dweller and just other things like that. So this card is nuts. Like, we all remember when we used to play Agents back in the day. Herald of Orange Light was awesome, and it's awesome again to see it back in contention in a YCS winning deck. And then, of course, 3 Lee of the World Chalice. He played 1, one Ava? The one from, from Wally? But yeah, so he played one of those. Really, really cool. And then he played only 1 Guard Dragon. He said he only had room for the 2 vanillas on the 1 Guard Dragon. He is playing 42 cards, but if you watch the live deck profile, he explains the ratios that he played. So that's it for the monsters. On to the spells. His extenders, he played Unexpected Die, Transmodify, which is just nuts in this deck because you're able to just turn... you're able to turn Venus into a 4. You guys just know you're just able to go up the tree with this card, and I think it's crazy. So yeah, Transmodify was a great card for him, and a lot of people weren't really playing Ash, so just another really just good card. Soul Charge MVP without a doubt, won him the YCS. 1 Foolish Burial, 1 Monster Reborn, just really good cards. Then he played 1 copy of World Legacy Harp. What it does is you target 2 World Chalice monsters in your graveyard with different names, you add them to your hand, and if your linked monster would be destroyed by battle, you can banish this card from your graveyard instead. That's crazy. That means that you can keep your links, which are already a problem to deal with, it keeps them on the field even longer just by banishing it, and it nets you 2 monsters from your graveyard back to your hand. That's crazy. Really, really good card. 2 Twin Twisters in the main deck, he said, was basically for the Draco matchup and for pendulums, depending on how they set up their board, if there weren't negates and stuff. Just a good card. Another just really good card going second when you're not always going to start first. Then, of course, the 3 Brilliant Fusion, obligatory, cards broken. The 2 Kyoto Waterfront. A lot of people, I think, still don't know what this card does, but you just add counters to it every time a card is sent from the field to the graveyard. In World Chalice, you do that a lot while you're doing the combos, and you can get a max of 5. And then if there's 3 or more, you can add You can add a kaiju from your deck to your hand, and then if it would be destroyed, you just remove a counter instead. So basically, you get it up to the maximum 5 counters, and with a Gamma Seal, that's 2 negates right there. Like, that's crazy. You just remove 2 counters and negate the activation if you do banish that card. So nuts. That turns into a double Solemn Judgment with a 3000 defense. That's just crazy. And then he played the last card, the one Phantom Knight, Shades of Brigandine. This card is really good. Set it, activate it. It starts your combos. It's a level 4. It just helps you get into your links and whatnot. So that's it for the main deck. It was 42 cards. Onto his extra deck, he played the one Seraph Knight, and he played the one Baguska, the only XYZ in his extra deck. He just said it's just really good against, Pendulum. It's just a good card in general. You have the ability to make it after you set up your big board. I mean, your links aren't affected by Baguska, so it's just like everything's staying in attack mode, and Baguska's just telling your opponent you can't play Yu-Gi-Oh! The one thing that he said was the MVP of the weekend, he played 2 copies of Skull Dread, which is nuts. This card really is nuts. You guys already know. Draw 4, fix your hand, put the Garnet back. I mean, it doesn't get better than that. The 1 Firewall Dragon, because it's at 1 copy of Ningrisu, you guys already know. He played 1 copy of Trigate. When you're able to go first and set up a Trigate board, it's another negate. 1 copy of Arum, 2 copies of Ib, and he played 1 copy of Binary Sorcerer. In the deck profile, he said it was basically, to do damage and gain life points. So just another option that you have access to. And then the 1 Link Spider, you guys already know, climbing the Link Tree. And then the MVP, of course, is the Imduck, because this thing gives you another normal summon. So it's basically like another Seraph Knight. So, like I said, this deck is just absolutely nuts. When you actually read the cards and you actually play against and you see what's going on, you'll actually realize, man, World Chalice is broken. And then onto the side deck. His side deck's kind of spicy with these couple cards. 1 copy of Archlord Christia, 1 copy of Jinzo. Just put him in there. Christia, he actually did use because of all the fairies. Jinzo was just in there for, like, he said Inspector Border decks and just like back row, like anti-meta decks. He never sided it though. I guess he didn't play against them, but it was there. He sided the Dweller. Dweller was for Dweller was there for True Draco. Basically, he said you side that, Mask of Restrict, and they can't play. That makes sense. 1 Raigeki, and then the MVP of the side deck, he said, was 3 Mind Control. Baits out Pendulum Magicians, like it's nobody's business, and you could just take monsters and start linking away with them since you're an entire link deck. So I don't know why this card's back at 3, but why not play it? 3 Evenly Matched, Standard. The 2 copies of Mask of Restrict, like I said, for True Draco, because they just can't play. You put a Dweller in that, it's game. And then 3 Anti-Spell, because it's the best card against Pendulums. But yeah, I think this deck is nuts. I think people really need to be more prepared for World Chalice, definitely. And I'm not basing that just off the YCS results. I'm basing that off of playing against the deck myself and not actually knowing what all the cards do, not really being prepared and not being sure what to side against. And I think now that it's more in the limelight, we'll have a better idea of how to play against it and be more prepared for it at other events. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to smash that like button. Again, be sure to check out the live deck profile in the description below. Let me know if there's any other decks you want me to cover from YCS Bochum. I just think it was just a really awesome event for Europe. Almost 2,000 players. That's amazing. And for a deck like World Chalice to just take it all is just amazing. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching.